Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wood and Metal Shop. Last week I made this anti-copper Mayan twist pen from those pen blanks that I made the previous week. So today I'm going to be turning the coffee bean blank with another pen, and it'll be a copper skull in anti-copper as well. And if you haven't seen the video on how I made these blanks, I will post a link just up above so you can check that out. And of course, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell for when I do another video, which is now twice a week. And my social media links and my Patreon link is listed below. So I will have some exclusive video on Patreon by the end of this week. So you want to go and check that out. And some really good tiers on there for you to select, and also some bonuses and some free stuff. So you want to go and check that out. So let's get on to making this pen. As always, when you're starting a new pen kit, you want to go through your instructions, go through your pen kit, make sure you have the right bushings and the right drill bit, and you won't have any problems. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually mark out the blank, and I always give myself some extra room. And it doesn't really matter setting an orientation, but I'm just going to mark it anyways. And I'm going to cut it right here on the bench. I have the blanks in the pen jaw, and I'm going to turn this at a relatively low speed, like 600 RPM. And I'm going to advance the bit slowly because I don't want any chance of the coffee beans to break apart on the inside. There was a couple of things I expected when I was drilling this out. They actually drilled out pretty good, except this one, some of the beans actually came out on the end, which is okay because I've given myself enough room. The other thing that I expected is it smelled like coffee when I was drilling it, and it actually smelled pretty good. So, makes me want to go and grab a fresh cup of coffee. Using the 1/2-inch bowl gouge, I'm going to turn this at a fairly fast speed, but cut really slow. I'm going to take small amounts off because I don't want to chip the coffee beans out. Well, that's looking pretty cool. There's more beans on the one side, but that's because the beans rose up. It's not as red as what I wanted, but still turned out pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. There are a few holes and pockets from the beans. No beans chipped out, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is actually fill this in with some fast setting epoxy and a little bit of tint. I'm going to sand that off, and then I'm going to coat it with CA glue. The glue is set on here now, so I'm just going to take the skew chisel and just lightly scrape it off. Alright, I can sand that now, and everything else can be filled in with some CA glue. I'm going to start with 320 grit dry right now, and then I'm going to put on a coat of CA glue. Okay, this is the first of many coats of CA glue. I'm going to put on about 2 or 3 coats to seal it, and then sand it with about 400 or 600 grit. Before I got really carried away with the CA glue on the blank, I took the blank off and then applied some of my board wax onto the bushings and then buffed it off. Then I put the blank back on, and all that does is it prevents the blanks from sticking to the bushings from the CA glue. So now I'm just going to sand it with 400 grit and then apply more CA glue and then polish it. Okay, this is the final coat of CA glue, and then I'm going to start wet sanding from 1000 grit up to 12,000 grit. This copper skull pen is actually really easy to put together. So I just start off with this little piece right here. It's threaded for the tip. You slip that in. And then I just take a little block so you protect the threads on here. Press that in. Then the other end goes in like that. Press that in all the way. And then for the other end, actually take the tip, put that in, your refill. Forgot the spring, like that, and then the mechanism. Just make sure that works. Okay, now the other end. So basically all you're doing is kind of the reverse. You take the ring, more. Press that in. And then this piece, you want to thread the actual skull onto it. Make sure that's nice and tight. And this piece slips into here. And then with another block to protect it, just press that all the way in. And then press it together. And there you have one finished pen. Now you can loosen this up and turn the... I want to line this part up. And that's it. It is done. You know, sometimes when you're pouring pen blanks, it doesn't come out quite the way you expect. Well, that was kind of the case with this one. The red was much deeper when I poured it than the way it came out. The coffee beans I expected. And that was also kind of the case with the previous blank that I made in last week's video. So, but all in all, it turned out really good. I really liked the way it came out. And give you a close-up of it there. I will post pictures at the end as well. And there's about 10 or 12 coats of CA glue on here, and all I've used was the micro mesh pads, nothing else, no friction polish, no wax, nothing else. Just polished it to a high gloss. And like I said, turned out really good. So if anyone is interested in this pen, I will have it posted on my Etsy store. The link will be posted down below. And also, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If not, well, give me a thumbs down. Also, leave me a comment or a question. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, because I do make 2 videos a week now. And my social media and Patreon link are listed down below. And you want to go check out my Patreon link because I will have exclusive video out, I'm hoping, for the end of this week. So, with all that being said, take care and see you next time.